Welcome back to our Highlander postgame wrap-up. Our postgame brought to you by Danny King Lumber. Great people, great prices. They've got retail, wholesale, and treated lumber at Danny King Lumber. Phone them at 569-1430. Danny King Lumber, our postgame sponsor this season. Quite an interesting game, guys. Let's look at it as Woody's still working on the scoring. Let me look at it, break it down by quarters. The Highlanders outscored the Raiders 13-8 in the first quarter. Well, we outscored them 22-11. A sluggish start in the second quarter, but we do come on and outscore McCreary 22-11 and have a 16-point lead at halftime, 35-19. Well, the Raiders, they didn't go away. They outscore us 23-15 in the third quarter as they make it an 8-point game starting in the fourth quarter. Well, they outscore us again in the fourth quarter, 17-10. But somehow, miraculously, the Highlanders hold on for a 60-59 win. The Isaiah Washington foul shot was the difference there. And the Raiders, they had 2 point-blank looks inside off the glass, spun them up just a hair. One of them was way hard, and the other one just barely hard enough to spin back out on the backside. That was a heartbreaking shot by Drew Privet. And that inbounds play started with 5 seconds to go there. I mean, so we were outscored 40-25 in the second half. As good as the first half was, the second half, and I'm sure Coach Jaden will tell us his very direct opinion about what happened in this game when he comes up here in a little while. But that was sort of the look and how we had the lead. And Ben said a while ago, I give a lot of credit already to McCreary Central. They didn't go away. They could have folded. And whether or not you say we played bad basketball or not, part of that was because of the McCreary Raiders.
I know this won't classify, but as far as the play of the game was when that kid missed that shot down there. As bad as it was for him, that was the play of the game. Yeah.
Well, their last 2 shots would have, either one of those could qualify for that. A lot of numbers that Woody's working up right here. When you're ready, if you are ready, we'll look at the end of the game scoring for each team.
All right, McCreary Central, Peyton Hickenbaugher had 26 points, 19 of them in the second half. He had 16 of them in the third quarter.
That's 17 actually in the third quarter.
Okay, I forgot free throw. I ran out of room right. Noah Shorts had 4 points. Colton Summers had 13. He had 3 threes, and they hadn't even shot a 3 in the first half. So,
as a matter of fact, he had 11 points in the fourth quarter.
Right. And Tristan West had 4, and Drew Privet had 12. Total of 59. They was 8 out of 12 from the free throw line. They hit 4 threes for the game. They hit 4 threes. In total free throws, they was 11 out of 19 for the game. For the Highlanders, Isaiah Washington had 17 points. White Lord had 29 points.
Wait a minute. Go back to Isaiah again.
7.
Okay. I thought you said 17.
Oh, no. My bad. I might have.
How many was it?
7.
White Lord had 29. He had 3 threes. Sky Babb had 8. He had a 3. Toby Gary had 5. He had a 3. Landon Goodman had 6. Landon Washam had 3. That was also a 3. Jacob Lau had 2. Looked like Tucker Slavin, Brendan Rummett, and Logan Phillips played in the score. Total of 60. We was 14 out of 19 in the second half on the free throw. We hit 1 3 for the game. We hit 6 threes, 14 out of 20, because we just shot 1 free throw in the first half.
Statistically, there's the numbers, guys. And, I mean, when we look at those stats, Leetta will send those to Ben and me later tonight. When we actually look at them and we look at percentages, it could be ugly. When we look at how well or how not well, I guess is the word. I couldn't think of the other adjective there, that we played in this game as far as shooting percentage was not good. Three-point percentage was not good. Foul shooting was really good. I thought we rebounded the ball well. I can find a few areas that we played well in, but overall, a lot of credit goes to McCreary Central. They brought it to our house tonight, and that's we get out of here with the win, and with the win, that's a very important deal these days.
Defensively, we did pretty good on it until really going into the fourth quarter. To me, that's just like old time, back in the 60s and 70s when you're against the zone. You put that big guy down the middle and you get the ball into him every possession.
Indeed it is. Coach Aiden waiting in the wings over there in just a second. You guys are discussing it. We're going to get a headset down to him. And, hey, Ben, can we look at the Hillwood Food scoreboard here before we get to Coach Aiden?
We can do that. We can do that. Let me pull it up right here real quick. As I have Rick always manages to catch me off guard.
Well, I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do first, second, and third here.
Well, I can tell you that at Hillwood Foods this week you can get grapes. Those cotton candy grapes are $5.99 a pound while supplies last at Hillwood Foods. You can also this week get fresh chicken tenders for $3.99 a pound. Hillwood Foods scoreboard as we take a look at some boys' scores tonight. And let's just skip right to the one that matters the most for us, and that is Union County all over Gibbs tonight, 84-69. So the stage is set. Union County, even though they win tonight, and even though they've got a better overall record, they still can't capture that 3 seed unless they beat us tomorrow night. If they beat us tomorrow night, that knocks us to 5th, and Gibbs will be 4th, and it'll be Scott Gibbs next Wednesday night here. If we beat Union County tomorrow night, then we're 4, Union County is 5, and that puts Gibbs in 3rd place, and they will get that first-round game against Cumberland Gap. So, but Union County, 84 points. We've talked about how prolific their offense is, and they showed it again tonight. Some other scores real quick. Bearden beating Hardin Valley 47-33. It was West defeating William Blunt 83-69. Oak Ridge over Knox Central 81-47. Knox Halls defeats Campbell County 75-60. Tellico Plains over Loudon 60-47. And it was Seymour defeating Pigeon Forge 82-66.
All right, Ben, thanks to you and thanks to Helenwood Foods, 12460 Scott Highway in Helenwood, your hometown grocer. We've got our superlatives coming up, but right now we'll look over at the other side of the table from where I'm at, and head coach Rusty Yaden is here. And, Coach, we said during our postgame right here that a win is a win, and it was about as ugly as you can get tonight.
Well, we decided we wasn't going to guard anybody second half. It's basically what it boiled down to. And, we're telling them, I mean, anybody in the gym could see what they were doing. Hey, Five's going to get right there. We're just going to let him catch it and go. And very disappointed in that. I mean, and I'll take some of the blame for it. I'm trying to manage minutes and stuff, and I do stuff for halftime, and I give them a 6-0 run right before halftime, and so partly to blame for that. I told Derek and Stevie I will not do that ever again, okay? Not this year anyway. Because, it was still a 16-point lead at halftime, but I let them go in the half, on a 6-0 run there, and they just carried it over in the second half. And but we very grateful for the win. That's what I told the boys. You're always grateful for any W you can get, but we let them back in it with our failure to play defense. And then we got chaotic on their little 22 press half-court trapping right there. We've got guys doing stuff that they've not done all year, some of the passes we're making. And so, very fortunate. Yes. I call these rims the hometown-friendly rims, how you shoot on them. And thank goodness they blew 2 layups on them right there. they had 2 chances basically that would have won the game. And
that'll be a couple of young men that won't sleep well tonight.
Which I'll say that, and White had one spin off about prior to that. But very fortunate, guys. We've got to learn from this, and because people, especially now this time of year, people's not going to roll over and just call it a night. Everybody's fighting for their lives now, getting ready to tournament time. So we got to keep the hammer down.
Well, really, no matter what position you're playing in a tournament, when you get to the tournament, all the other numbers are gone.
They are.
You're starting from fresh.
Yeah, and you are. And I just, as I told the guys, we try to talk about the things that let them back in the game. The things we did to help, the things we didn't do to help them. And, if we learn from that, then maybe it won't happen down the stretch here. Tournament time or whatever, but I was real pleased with the first half. Defense was solid, and then I don't know. I didn't like the body language coming out the second half, and it showed.
It is a win. You pick up your 16th win of the season. Quick turnaround time, though. You got to go back on. You got to go on the road tomorrow night, Union County, and they're going to be looking to pick up that win on their home court, even things up.
Right. They got everything to play for. I think what you said, Ben. I think the way the game played out tonight, Union gets third.
If they win tomorrow.
So they got everything to play for. I mean, we've talked about that Saturday, the big difference between the first 5 and then the 6th place.
Yeah.
What we're playing for is to try to keep momentum and see what color jersey we're going to wear. First round basically is our incentives. But, I've got to think, we don't. Well, I'll be very vanilla. I'll probably be very vanilla tomorrow night. And I don't know. I say that, and I don't know if I've ever done that. So
You're going to do what it takes to win, right?
Yeah, we want to win. We just got to be careful with a few things.
Mm-hmm. Coach, thanks for coming up. We're going to let you go. We know mentally you have to be exhausted tonight just based on the type game it was because, at one time, I think in the first half I said Rusty's face is getting like our school color scarlet.
Well, I got mad right before halftime, and I don't. I've said this all my coaching career, junior high, whatever. I don't care who I've got in the game. You better look like you know what you're doing, and you do know what you're doing the way we practice. And we didn't look like we knew what we was doing right before halftime, and we gave them momentum. And yeah, it was. I think I had every starter out, but it doesn't matter. You got to be out there ready to play if you're going to get some minutes. And
it'll sure be good if a lot of folks from over here travels. It's a little bit of a trip to get to Union County, but it'll be good to have a few familiar faces there for these kids.
You sure would.
I appreciate you guys being here, and
we'll be there tomorrow to root you on too.
So you guys are
like we did tonight.
Y'all gonna be wearing down like we all are right now.
I wore down. I wore down.
There was a point there in I think fourth quarter. Ben couldn't look up. He was holding his head like that. He was mentally exhausted.
Well, and I've also got this thing, and I was exhausted coming in tonight. But after about the third foul that's calling Toby by the same official for having his arm straight up, I kind of just I want to go to sleep.
I don't.
You don't have to comment. It's just.
I don't have words anymore. I don't. I saw a picture of one he picked up Saturday. Somebody sent it to me. That I don't know what else the kid can do sometimes.
Well, we can't.
Other than just move completely out of the way.
Exactly.
We can't look for good officials tomorrow night either, right?
So I don't know. They're all good. So we just gotta
They've
do
all
better.
got striped shirts.
Thank you, Coach. That was
Rick. What you're saying? It is what it is. The call is what it is until they say different. I forget how you say that, Rick. But
so it either is or it isn't. Depends on how the striped shirt blows the whistle.
That's it.
I say it differently to my wife at night when we're watching the ball game. So she says, "Was that a foul?" I said, "If they blew the whistle, they said it was a foul." That's the way it goes there.
But let me close with this. I feel like I'm being a lot negative over a win. I'm always happy for a win. Positively, they took the lead and we did some things to come back. We could have just folded up and called it a night right there, but we battled back and then the game White Lloyd had tonight. I don't know what he ended up with, but thankfully he showed up offensively because we were having a lot of trouble scoring the ball tonight outside of him.
Mm-hmm. So I believe Woody talked him at 29.
So I think Sky, Toby, and White's all had. Well, that's White's first time, I think, but them guys all been around 28 or 29 a time or two this year.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you guys.
All right. See you tomorrow night, Coach. Again, we turn back the clock a little bit in the first game this evening. Lady Highlanders fall to the Lady Raiders. It was a tight game, just like this one was, and the Raiders are able to pick up a 52-48 win over our Lady Highlanders tonight, and the Highlanders win 60-59. First, we'll do our superlatives, then we'll have our final thoughts here. First National Bank, your family, your future, your bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender. First National Bank brings you the player of the game, and guys, you say the player of the game was?
Player of the game is going to be Wyatt Lloyd with those
Wyatt,
29 points. That's a career high for him. And as Rusty said, Toby and Sky have had a couple of those games, and tonight was his night. And I mean, there's no other way to put it. You take that point production away, Scott High doesn't win the game.
Well, he's only Highlander player in double figures.
Yeah. And, you know, he's a sophomore, so we'll know in the future that, he's quite capable.
Okay, our Trophy Master Hustle Award. Trophy Masters, 259 South Main Street in Oneida. High-quality sports apparel. Phone them at 569-8817. Our Trophy Master Hustle Award is?
Toby Garrett.
Yeah, Toby had an off night offensively, but he was the leading rebounder with 9. Also the leading assist guy with 4, and had 3 steals as well.
Yeah.
All-around performance there. Good. And our play or moments of the game brought to you by Little's Drugs and Fountain at 11, 735 Scott Highway in Helenwood for all your pharmacy needs, and Grace Soda Fountain with lunchtime meals, or call them at 663-9855, the Little's Drugs and Fountain, and you're getting ready to wind that up for us here.
Yeah, so I think Harris said it earlier, the play of the game is probably the one that they missed.
They missed.
But you know, it needs to be something that we did good, Alan, you know.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think this is it. Probably if you back up a little bit earlier when we'd fallen behind and then we scored to take the lead. But it all came down to one free throw with 10.7 seconds left by Isaiah Washam, and he had missed the first. You said he was going to make it, Rick, and he did. And that was the game winner.
The game winner to give the Highlanders the 60-59 win, even though we really held our breath again there at the end. But that is our play of the game, a foul shot. And that, by the way, we've been doing this for 2 years. First time we've awarded the play of the game on a foul
free
shot.
Throw, yeah, big free throw.
Yeah, I mean, so maybe the first time in 2 years we won it on a free throw like that too. So, I mean, hey, congratulations once again to the Highlanders. Final thoughts, guys, before we head to Union County tomorrow night.
Yeah, let's go to Union County.
Yeah,
okay. That's it.
Oh, sorry, Woody.
Sorry, buddy.
There you go.
Just everybody load up and go to Union County because this is ugly and we want this, and just forget about it.
Yes, indeed. I agree with that. That's it. We've had our final thoughts right here. Again, we'll be on the road tomorrow night. The final district game for the Highlanders at Union County High School up in Maynardville, Tennessee. I don't know if it's up in or it's southeast of where we're at right now, but we'll be in Maynardville for the Union County Highlander matchup tomorrow night. Please follow the Highlanders, support them as much as you possibly can. If not, you'll be able to watch both games tomorrow night on the IH Sports Network. Don't forget IH Sports Net, and don't forget our sponsors that bring you each one of the ball games on IH Sports. Without them, we wouldn't be here, so please tell them that when you go to each of those, whether they be a merchant or a business, tell them how much you appreciate them supporting high school basketball, the Scott Highlanders and Oneida Indians on the IH Sports Network. For Ruger behind our camera, for Greg Bond off in Broadcast Central, and the rest of the crew here, HL, Ben, and Woody, I'm Rick Eaton. We say good night and see you tomorrow evening from Union County High School.